What's the hardest thing you've ever had to keep secret as a kid? The divorce happened when I was 13. My mom, Kristen, and dad, Antonio, had been fighting for years, their arguments getting worse after dad lost his job. The court gave mom full custody. Dad was supposed to move out completely, but he had nowhere to go. 3 weeks after he officially moved out, I went to the garage to get my bike. I wanted to ride to Becky's house. As I opened the side door, I noticed our old camping gear had been rearranged. The tarp was spread out in the corner behind mom's SUV, and dad's navy duffel bag was there. I almost called for mom, but then I saw him. Dad was curled up on the tarp, using his jacket as a pillow. He put his finger to his lips. "Please don't tell your mom," he whispered. I stood frozen, not knowing what to do. He explained he'd run out of money for a motel and couldn't find an apartment that would accept him without a job. He was sleeping in the garage until he found work. He'd been there for 4 days already. That night, I snuck out after mom fell asleep. I brought dad a sandwich, a blanket from the linen closet, and a bottle of water. He looked so grateful it made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to get in trouble, but I couldn't let him freeze either. For the next week, I brought him food every night. Leftovers from dinner, granola bars for my lunch, whatever I could sneak without mom noticing. Dad had set up a small area behind the storage shelves where mom never went. He used the bathroom at the gas station down the street and showered at the gym when he could afford a day pass. In November, the weather got colder. Dad had started doing odd jobs for cash, but it wasn't enough for an apartment. I stole the space heater from the basement and brought it to him. The extension cord barely reached from the outlet near the door to his corner. I was terrified mom would notice the electricity bill going up. On Thanksgiving, I saved half my dinner in napkins, claiming I wasn't hungry. Later that night, I brought the food to dad. He cried when he saw the turkey and potatoes. I'd never seen him cry before, not even when they signed the divorce papers. Dad told me I was saving his life. I'd never felt so important and so scared at the same time. Winter got worse. I started taking canned soup from the pantry, heating it in the microwave after mom went to bed. Dad had found more steady work shoveling snow, but still couldn't afford a place. Every night I worried he might freeze to death. I gave him my old sleeping bag and the extra blankets from the hallway closet. Mom never noticed they were missing. One close call happened in January when mom needed to find the Christmas decorations. I volunteered to get them, heart pounding as I entered the garage. Dad was at work, but his makeshift bed was visible. I quickly piled boxes in front of his corner before letting mom in. She commented that I'd organized the garage well. I felt sick with guilt and relief. In March, I got careless. I'd been bringing dad a plate of spaghetti when I heard mom's bedroom door open. I froze, plate in hand, halfway to the garage. Mom appeared in the hallway, looking confused and suspicious. She asked what I was doing up so late. I claimed I was hungry and getting a midnight snack. She seemed to accept it, but the next day she watched me more closely. I couldn't risk bringing dad food that night, or the next. On the third night, I finally managed to sneak out. Dad looked thin and tired. I promised to be more careful. April brought rain instead of snow. The garage roof leaked and dad's corner got wet. I stole more towels from the linen closet. Mom had started inventory of household items, noticing things missing. She accused me of being careless, losing things around the house. The night it all fell apart was in late April. Mom had gone to bed early with a headache. I heated up leftover lasagna and filled a water bottle. As I opened the garage door, the motion-activated light turned on. Mom had installed it that afternoon without telling me. I didn't know. From her bedroom window, Mom saw the light go on. She came downstairs to investigate, catching me mid-conversation with Dad. Her face changed in a way I'll never forget. "What the hell are you doing in my house?" she screamed at Dad. Dad tried to explain, but Mom was already dialing 911. I begged her to stop. Tried to explain he had nowhere else to go. She wouldn't listen. She told the police there was an intruder, that my father was stalking us. When the police arrived, Dad went without resistance. The officer seemed uncomfortable when he realized what was happening, but had to take Dad anyway. As they drove away, Mom turned to me with cold fury. She demanded to know if I'd been helping him the whole time, behind her back. I admitted everything. How long Dad had been there. How I'd been bringing him food and supplies. Mom's face hardened with each detail. "This is treason, Jane. Complete betrayal." She grounded me indefinitely. No phone, no friends, no computer. She installed a security system the next day, changed the garage code. For weeks, she barely spoke to me except to ask if I'd heard from Dad. I hadn't. I found out later that Mom got a restraining order against him. Dad couldn't come within 500 feet of our house. He'd finally found steady work and a room to rent across town. Sometimes I wonder if he would have managed that sooner if I hadn't helped him stay in the garage.